Why hello once again, this is you speaking, and we are going to continue our world quest. I forgot the name of it, but it has to do with Remuria. We're gonna go deeper and learn the secrets of Remuria. Maybe we'll even see for ourselves how it got destroyed, which is super interesting. And I must apologize for the sound inconveniences in the last two videos. It really had to do with me being just inexperienced with this new technology. We don't want our eyes staring there. I've literally, when I've been playing, my hands have been covering the microphone, so it's thankfully. I was distracted by Arlecchino. Thankfully, the sound quality was normal and pretty okay when it came to specific scenes in the game, cutscenes, and
something you wish to report?
Story in general.
You have my undivided attention.
It's only when it comes to gameplay. So this time I will try my best to not repeat the same mistakes. And we'll just see how it goes from here. So let us continue, shall we? Father says to stay quiet, so... By the way, just to show you my progress with Father, she's level 90, with her weapon at level 60. I'm not able to level it up properly because I haven't explored much, so I don't have many enemies to farm. But we're gonna fix it today. Artifacts, I got super lucky. Literally my first artifact out of the whole dungeon ended up being this. And I'm so blessed by this. Like, I'm not even gonna complain that everything else was shit. And I'll have to still wait to make a full set, but this piece was worth it, in my opinion. Talents are already almost 888. And lo and behold, I was able to get her to C2. And I'm extremely happy about it. She really made me fight for my life here. Thankfully, I was able to win the 50-50 at the end. But every single 5-star went well to the heart pity. Every single one was at 80, 82, 79. And for all these 3, actually 4 even. 4 or 5 stars. I lost the 50-50 only one time. Which is incredibly lucky. So I'm not gonna... Yeah, I'm not gonna... pity myself over here. Friendship level is 3, and once it is at 4, I will do a separate video where we are going to go through her voiceovers, voice lines, about other harbingers and everything else, which is gonna be super interesting, so look out for that.
Children be up to.
And...
Never mind.
I'm not gonna delay any longer.
Let them do as they please.
So let us continue. I have explored just a little, so I have walked inside of here. I know how it works now. But I haven't read this piece, so let's check this out. Ruggiero's notes. Or Ruggiero's. The Golden Hunter knows far more about Remuria than I expected. Okay, so right off the bat, we have a golden hunter. Who the heck is that? We know about the golden troop, but this is the first time I see a golden hunter, which is pretty interesting. According to historical records, the Mauritius hunters should have first become active a few decades after the fall of Lemuria. Okay, so these notes... These notes are recent, it seems. Or at least... as much recent as they can be in terms of the fall of Lemuria. By which point the concept of Lock Knights had completely died out of Fontaine. Okay, so the Lock Knights died together with Lemuria, yeah. No matter the dramatic adaptation, none would put the Mauritius hunters, Lemuria, and Lock Knights together, for these concepts simply do not belong to the same era. Okay, sorry. Lemuria and Lock Knights aren't together, but they were around the same time. Even a 5-year-old child would not commit such a grave error. Damn. Damn, I just got roasted. Yet none of what he discussed seems to have anything to do with the Golden Troop, but instead was indeed, always was, about ancient Lemuria. I have a theory that I dare not raise with him directly. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that the Golden Hunter is someone who was roaming this place after the fall of Lemuria. Which still could imply that he... Which still could imply that he can roam this land even now. And we may encounter him at some point. Maybe. I have a theory that perhaps the Golden Hunter is not the devout orphan called and chosen by Egeria, but is in fact one of the last Lemurian remnants. Interesting. Orphan called and chosen by Egeria. Or Lemurian remains. The only problem with this theory is that it cannot explain his immortality. There we go. He is immortal. The Golden Hunter. Fascinating. I indirectly broached the issues of the Lock Knights with him. I couldn't discern his expression, but he seemed reluctant to discuss the topic. Quite surprising. After all, it is commonly said that the first Mauritius hunters to follow him were the heirs of the Lock Knights, such as Esther, and Walter. Could it be that they were like him? Didn't we meet Esther? Isn't that the daydreamer guy from above? In the village? No matter what, according to him, the priority now is to stop something awakening from the seas. Seals. Seals, okay. From the seals. If this Golden Hunter is indeed from Lemuria, it would make sense for him to be talking about the primordial sea from Awakening. Or the narwhal. But it could be something different. As for these historical questions, they can be left for a later date. Interesting. The Golden Hunter. I wonder if the Golden Hunter is also one of the stone golems. Because, as we found out from that flashback we saw, the people of Remuria gave up their bodies to obtain an immortal body. Presumably a body of stone, to be a stone golem. Wait, there's no... the book is not here. I thought I'll come here. Oh wait, no. It's not the book, it's... fuck. It's that... what's it called? Branch. Do I have it? Where is it? There it is. I want to check this out. A moving melody accompanies the swift ship. The Outlander gently plucks at the heartstrings until that day comes. Is that it? Ha, that's fascinating. This is actually the melody we have heard already. I'm not sure if it's just general Fontaine melody or if it is the Remuria melody. We've heard this somewhere before. I feel like either during the live stream or just in the background of this place. Because the motif sounds very familiar. All right. It took long enough. Oh. Hello. Wait. Boop. Pick up. Submit. Yeah, I've done this before, so... Is it just gonna be... the Oculus? Oh no, there's a chest.
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
That's true. That's why I hate spoilers. She gets it, she gets it. Hayose... Meow? Meow? About these books. Fascinating, no? Wait, I had that at autoplay. Let's try this again. Fascinating, no? These books have all been infused with the mysterious power of the symphony. They can be activated using the melodies of the music box. Well done. It looks as if you can now skillfully manipulate this musical might. I was right to put my faith in you. There are many books like this one in the castle, back in the day. Nay, let us not dwell on the past. I believe you fully capable of discovering the mysteries within. I may be capable, but, well, you could have given some pointers. Let me pet you, let me pet you. It's just gonna be... Whoa! Chill, chill. This is like the first cat that doesn't like face. Doesn't like scratching the face. Whoa, 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 come on. What do you like? Come on. Jesus, you're so picky. You just... Damn, Mose, you really are at Tsundere, Jesus Christ. This is the only place you like? Really? Let's try it. Oh no, I think he likes this one. But oh no, okay, no, he doesn't really like that one. And he doesn't like the ears, yep. So, the only thing he does like is... the chest area. Which is fine. I'm guessing he will warm up to us as time goes on. So we shall see. Ooh. This place is huge. Damn. Dun 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 dun. Where did you go? Let me navigate. There you go. Oh, since let me take these. Interesting place for a teleport waypoint. It would be funny if there was just a wall here and... Okay, but this is a... Oh, I thought this was a staircase. Oh. Okay, I remember this place. Hello.
It's the strange shiny fish again. Feels like it's been following us from outside all this time. How weird.
Paimon, have you noticed so little of the world as to find such things strange? Are we not underwater? Is it not ordinary to see all manner of fish about?
I mean, yeah, but I remember Nuvela telling us that the creatures of this size underwater aren't very common.
But this big guy looks anything but ordinary.
And this voice, I've heard it before.
Seriously? You mean from the dream you had before?
Which voice? The voice that... or what? Oh, actually, yeah, I kind of remember something like that. I think it was when everything went dark and something was talking to Remus. I think that was the moment. There was something similar.
This part of the sea outside is like the castle. It belongs to the past. It is something that should have been forgotten. If one ceaselessly calls out to a monster that has been bottled from memory, they might yet jump out and cause trouble. It is wise to be cautious. It is for the best if we simply treat it as an ordinary fish.
You make everything sound so scary, Osei. Are you just trying to creep us out or something?
I simply mean to avoid unnecessary complications. After all, our top priority is to retrieve the surface dwellers' souls, no? It just so happens there's a black score before us. We simply need to use the music box to tune the autoharmonic reed pipes on either side, and we can obtain it. Give it a go.
All right. Yeah, I'll figure it out. First, I want to look around, because this area is pretty. Boop. Book! Gotta read. Stop bleeping, I get it. Okay, nothing of the unusual. I just noticed that this big guy is just chilling behind. Are you good? You wanna listen to some music? Let me arrange that. Okay, so we want the bottom one. Nope. Okay. The middle one. Okay, I thought this would be like a time thing, but it's actually way easier.
Ah, something with which to commemorate this occasion.
Yeah, and I'm gonna spend it. Blank score.
But this score is totally blank. It looks like we won't be able to play it with the music box either.
If there is nothing there, that means that any melody can be written upon it. We will be able to make use of this.
Interesting.
I was right to trust you.
Tell us about your relationship to this castle.
You've guessed it already, I reckon. In the past, when I could still change my form freely, he and I, and many of our companions dwelled here. In those days, a new nation had just been born, and as far as we were concerned, the possibilities were yet endless. Here, we organized the classics, researching music theory and magic, in the hopes that we might tame this perilous trail.
That's my bad.
Perilous power, and use it to open up a brighter age.
Perilous trail,
But these possibilities would quickly become lost to us, and I alone remained.
Osse.
It's fine. These things happened a long time ago.
Okay, but can I pet her? She'll be even more picky, I would assume. Okay, now he doesn't like that place. Sure. What about the yeah? Doesn't like the back. And the tail too. What about the paws? Oh, you like the paws, don't you? You like the paws. Yeah, okay. We'll take it one step at a time. I'm not even gonna... Actually, I'm curious to try your face, but I know that you're not gonna like it. Whoa! Actually, never mind. You actually like the face now, don't you? What about the ears?
And ears! That's huge!
Whoa! What a progress! You're just gonna chill there, right? Okay. I really love the sound of her heels. I really do. Wait, so what's up? Continue exploring the Fairy Castle. Okay. There are stairs upstairs. We were just downstairs. Actually, maybe it would be wise to go upstairs first and go from up to down. Well, I hear something. Is it like a ruin guard or... I doubt it's... No, it's the golem just chilling. Alright. Completely free to play Arlecchino.
You asked for it! Drop your weapons!
Yeah, and that wasn't even the best of her. Alright, what do we got?
Ah, something with which to commemorate this occasion.
Okay, this place is actually something I feel like I should... Oh wait, no, I'm just upstairs. Am I? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just upstairs, okay. Investigation of the Northern Barbarians. Hello everyone, Future You here. I just wanted to let you know that by reading all this lore, I was mistakenly assuming that it was about Natlan all this time, primarily because of the Northern Barbarians and tribes. But it turned out it was actually just Remurians talking about Fontanians. So I did make a lot of misconceptions about what was actually written there, so please bear with me. I was just very excited about the Natlan lore. But here we are. Okay. There have always been various misunderstandings regarding the Northern Barbarians, which I would presume are the Fatui. These misunderstandings are not conducive to conquering and pacifying them, nor are they beneficial to the long-term well-being of the Empire. For the reasons I here choose. I'm sorry for butchering the names. If you know the correct pronunciation, just let me know in the comments. I welcome that very much. God damn it. The Vicarius, or the Vicarius, of the Legio for Rithimi Versi. In accordance with the exalted Harmost Urgentias, universally known benevolence and authority, hereby faithfully record all I know for posterity, so that future successors may fulfill their duty to safeguard the northern border with less trouble. Society. The social structures of different chiefdoms vary dramatically. Actually, now that I think about it, barbarians. Maybe it has something to do with Natlan. Perhaps, maybe. The social structures of different chiefdoms vary dramatically. Most chiefdoms are still in the stage of rudimentary clan-based societies. Okay. I think this is about Natlan, with councils composed of clan chiefs holding the highest authority. However, the Moniker tribe... Yeah, okay, this is about Natlan, because tribes, has long ceased to be an accurate description for these chiefdoms. Though many are loath to admit this, we must face the fact that they have broken free from primal barbarism? For example, before the polis of
Lugdunensis was raised by Legio V. Its population exceeded something something. Ellipsis. As the trade hub of many northern chiefdoms, its degree of prosperity could be favorably compared to Ellipsis. The ruler of the area did not call themselves a chieftain, but a holy king. Okay. And they believed their authority to rule came from an ancient sword bestowed upon them by the Mother of Many Springs. Interesting. Okay. Holy King and ancient sword, Mother of Many Springs. Hot springs? Maybe? Naturally, any rational citizen knows that strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. How would you know? I mean, if I saw a woman lying in the pond and she gave me a sword, I would be blessed. Okay. Supreme executive power derives from melody and harmony, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. Okay, so they are just shitting on their culture, basically. Another example, Ellipsis, is ruined by a council of astrologists. And they use Ellipsis to set apart young children with elemental affinity, raising them to become Ellipsis. And these quote-unquote people can nearly rival our legions in battle. Note by Marius Servius. The city mentioned here has already been subjugated and raised by the exalted Harmost BOETHIUS. Its name erased from memory. What? Its name erased from memory. Okay, this is not some Irminsul stuff, because if it was Irminsul, the name would be like blank. There would be like white squares instead of ellipses. But that's interesting. A council of astrologists. What could that be? It's not Hexenzirkel. I doubt it's Conria. Oh my god, that's very strange. In the past, the conquest of tribes still in the primitive state could be completed simply by dealing with the clan elders of each clan. A few decades ago, the exalted Harmost Aurelius successfully concluded his northern campaign through such methods, without even resorting to violence, simply by dispatching legionnaires to announce the conquest. The various insular tribes of those remote islands were incorporated into the enemy's territory.
However, following the conquest of Aremorica, what? Aremorica? What is this America want to be like? What? Is this another, like, tribe or nation? Or maybe... Okay, from what I can tell, like, however, following the conquest of Aremorica, such tribes grew fewer and fewer. Does that mean that Aremorica is the ancient 500-year-ago Natlan? Like, before Fontaine there was Remuria civilization, and before Natlan there was Aremorica. If I'm getting this correctly. Different methods ought to be used to pacify different chiefdoms, just as the exalted Harmost Urgentia once said, "It is because they are ignorant savages by nature that we must first understand them before they can understand us." That's very interesting, that Remuria was such an... progressive civilization. They were prosperous. It was just, from that flashback that we saw, it was incredible. They seemed godlike. They really did. And I assume the people of Natlan back then were just tribespeople. That led very normal and down-to-earth kind of lives. And so, I don't know why would Remurians want to conquest their lands. But they did. They wanted to. That's interesting. So there was some kind of war against between Remuria and this Aremorica. The following pages have been erased and cannot be read. Beliefs. Today, the belief that the barbarians of the north worship a false god or evil god, known as the Mistress of All Waters. Okay. Really now? So, before you called this goddess as just a woman in a pond that gave someone a sword, and now you're saying that she's an evil god. I can understand the false god, but the evil god. And again, that's just disrespecting their culture. They have a culture, they have their beliefs, and they're like, oh, this is nothing, what do you even believe in? Our god is the supreme one. The religion of... How is it called? Fight over... just fight over the religion. As I imagine. Is widespread. However, this is a fiction created as a result of the conquest of Aremorica. Its leader had forced other chiefdoms to acknowledge that their gods were all aspects of the Mistress of All Waters. Oh, okay, no, okay. I'm the one that's stupid. So the previous one was Mistress of All... springs. Mother of Many Springs. Oh, okay. Mother of Many Springs and Mistress of All Waters. Okay, that's different.
its leader had forced other chiefdoms to acknowledge that their gods were all aspects of the Mistress of all waters, regardless of what god they originally worshipped or what names they had. Interesting. So people, the tribes, had thought of their gods separately. They had different gods, different ideals, and one of the tribe leaders just came and said, listen, your gods are all valid, but they are just remnants of our god. Okay. In other words, the barbarians of the northern border region do not have a single centralized belief system. That is very interesting. That is very interesting indeed. Indeed. My guess is that they still don't have that belief. Even though they have an Archon, which is weird. They have many other gods that they believe in, but do they not believe in the Pyro Archon? Again, that's me assuming that this is talking about Natlan. Maybe it's something completely separate. I'm just assuming. Even to this day, they do not have a unified understanding of the concept of the Mistress of all waters. Again, they are talking about the Mistress of all waters, so this is somehow tied to Fontaine. Still. Because of the waters. The leader of Arimorica seemed not to mind this point, as she only demanded they worship the same name without prescribing the contents of their beliefs. That's strange. I don't care what you believe in, how you believe in it, just worship this one name. That's it. No more rules. Fascinating. Regardless, blood and barbarism pervade their belief system. Some scholars believe this is because they never received a response from the gods and can only resort to increasingly violent and extreme sacrifices to prop up their false beliefs. Ooh, we are getting into that territory. Into religious sacrifices. Okay. For some reason, I think that... Again, I don't know, but I think it would be kind of cool if Natlan of this day still had traditions of using sacrifices, because we had something similar in Tsurumi Island. And it was basically the same thing. They were abandoned by the gods and left in the fog. And to survive, to hope for the best, for the better, they started doing sacrifices. And Rue was one of the sacrifices. And it seems like they are describing something similar. But then again, now people of Natlan have Pyro Archon, even though we still don't know what's the deal with the Archon, and is she the ruler of the lands? Which, no, we know that she's not the ruler, because there are still different tribes. I think. At least I think so. If I remember correctly. I think we were told that there are still tribes. Maybe not. Maybe this is just what we are speculating. Showing them the mercy of the Sebastus is meaningless, for mercy is regarded as weakness by the savages. The correct approach is to point out to them that the Sebastus can easily defeat their false gods, and only the Sebastus is powerful enough to be worthy of worship. Yeah, that's what I said, basically. They are like, your gods are insignificant. They are meaningless when it comes to our God. Our God is much better than yours. We are not gonna make you believe in our God. We'll just show you that our God is better than yours. And that's it. Which is so fucked up. The following pages have been erased and cannot be read. Aremorica. Once an obscure and unknown tribe, but today the center of power in the northern border region. This has to be Natlan. The old Natlan. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it was still Natlan and Aremorica is, like it said, an unknown tribe, which is just one of the many tribes in Natlan. Huh. Its former ruler, Kunoricus or Sunoricus, bent the knee to the empire some 20 years ago. As for its current ruler, the infamous Irenaeus, okay, that just threw me off. Is it the same Irenaeus that's in Fontaine right now? Like the region? Or is it spelled differently? Irenaeus. We know little indeed. Okay, this just got confusing. From captured slaves, we have learned that she is not the heir of Kunoricus. The latter did originally have a son as well, named Caius. Again, I sincerely apologize for my pronunciation. That's just not my type of language. I'm not familiar with it. However, we are unsure when and how she became the ruler of Aremorica. Regardless of how she claims to have been blessed by the false god, she has never demonstrated any abilities surpassing those to be expected of an ordinary mortal. Everything she has done so far amounts to nothing more than using insidious plots and base treachery to commit abhorrent crimes against the Empire and its citizens. Only those who are utterly helpless, teetering on the brink of death, would choose to believe in a woman proclaiming to be able to hear the will of the gods and flock to her banner. Just as the exalted Harmost Urgetia, said she simply does not believe in any god at all. For none with faith would commit such atrocities in the name of the god. That is true. Like, if there weren't any of these beliefs, the people see that, basically, she sees, or yeah, she sees that these kinds of wars between nations and tribes are happening because of religion and the differences in religion. And so it's either best to believe in one god or in none. Which is fair, I suppose. Note by Marius Servius. The name Irenaeus is suspected to be the result of a careless error when it was first transcribed, for this name has no meaning in their language. In the script of the people of bygone times, the symbol for the sound g looks quite similar to y or y. And so was copied as such. Okay, so this note about the translation and stuff is what makes me think less of this being a part of Fontaine or the previous land of Primaria and around it, but more about Natlan. There is precedent for similar mistakes. The proper pronunciation of the name should be Arihant of Aremorica. Arihant of Aremorica. In the language of the people of bygone times, signifies high, while Rehent would be the feminine case of ruler. Okay. I see, okay. So this Arihenth was the ruler of Aremorica, that they thought wasn't like a god or anything, it was just a woman that was spouting nonsense. From this perspective, the name is perhaps not her praenomen, but rather her title. Yeah, makes sense, yeah. However, since many scholars already refer to her as Irenaeus or Arihenth, I would assume, there is no need for me to assume the authority to revise it. That's strange. Irenaeus is just way easier to pronounce. It's just way easier to pronounce. So I guess I'll just go with that for now. And if Natlan they were correct and say the proper pronunciation, we'll see. But that is interesting. That is quite interesting. We seem to have gotten some Natlan lore. I would assume so. I would assume it's Natlan lore. Oh, there's a disc. Ah, my throat hurts. Already. Pick up. Okay. Let's make our way down. To this time challenge first. There's a book. Got you. Big up.
There's another book. Oh. Well, would you look at that?
Ah, something with which to commemorate this occasion.
Okay. Let's move little by little. We've spent a long time just reading the lore and haven't explored much. There... Oh, it's like a little theater place. I hope they are going to respawn after I defeat them. A nice place for farming. Okay. There's a book. Where is... There's Rimmery again, that we saw in a flashback in a dream. Give me the book. This is the second one. Oh!
There is no... Back off! Laid bare.
Well, that was quick. Yeah, I cannot imagine what she's gonna be...
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
What she's gonna do after I activate her constellations and her signature weapon. She's gonna be insane. She is about to be crazy.
Transfixed!
Wrong one. Book. There you are, Ose. What you doing? Oh. Can we take it with us? No? Sheet music? Oh, we can combine. Oh, we can pet him. This place looks like a library. Well, more of an archive, but your description isn't off either. Ancient theatrical scripts, music scores, all the stories of things that have and have not happened. All of them were penned down and stored here. Someone once believed that if all the possibilities in every story were exhausted, the secrets of fate would be unveiled. But the truth was not as complicated as he believed. Each person's fate is charted by their wishes, and the possibilities are not so great in number in the first place. Perhaps he too understood that in the end. Okay. Tell me about your early... Oh. Is it the same one? Yeah, it's the same. It's the same one. Okay, let's patch you once more. Let's relax a bit. Okay, so... Are you gonna be more relaxed, or... Okay, so the usual spots are still alright. They are good. How about... Yeah, it still doesn't like the chest. Probably the back also. Okay, so it's the same... It's basically the same as in that previous room. No He really didn't like me petting him there. He sent me flying. Okay, combine. I see. We need to find some. I guess we can find them in this room? Possibly. Submit. Yeah. Let me out. Furnishing.
Something with which to commemorate this occasion.
Nah, oh, yes. Only 2, come on, give me all 3.
Illusion shattered!
Stop right there! Eyes on me! Hands where I can see!
Damn.
Lay to bear.
Come on.
This is where you fall.
This is where you fall, my guy. Nice. So much loot. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Ah, something with which to commemorate this occasion.
Boop. Nothing much. Oh my god. Oh, yes! I actually do have them, quite a lot of them. Oh. What the heck? Oh, these are from the village. Okay. Where are they? Where can I see them? Here, I think. No. Or am I just blind? Okay, here they are. Yeah, I have plenty of these already by now, but it's still worth a lot. It's worth a lot. Someone's notes. There's not a lot of them. Through these methods, the quality can be pierced, endowed with the form of its substance. Similar to Remus's ancient authority, stirred away ellipses placed within ellipses. This way, it is possible to recreate once more the perfect harmonious symphony that belonged only to humanity, that played before their utter downfall. No more gods, only men can rule over men. Okay, that just sounds a lot like Conria. Remuria was just copying their homework. Substance and property are not important. Quality is what determines the essence of things. The object that plays the music, it could be the strings of a harp, a sword, or even ellipses. As long as it is an object bestowed with meaning, anything. This sword, forged from the bones of ellipses to honor the memory of the noble Urgeria. Had Phobos' collapse not caused her music to sink into the sea of pandemonium, we could have together... Every time I see this word, I'm just reminded of Chris and Gundam. Burn in the fires! Wait, how was it? Burn in the fires! Burn in... Wait. Burn in the fires of pandemonium! Burn in the fires of pandemonium! I will cut this out anyway. Burn in the power... Never mind. For a moment of madness, he betrayed us all. The false god's will was like a weed floating upon the water, unable to rival that of humans. But that matters not now. In the end, humans alone shall be saved, if only the following lines have been brutally erased and cannot be read. Interesting. Okay.
One more. Oh, and there's something upstairs. Yeah, come on.
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Just a chest. Oh, it's not just a chest. Okay. Fancy, fancy. Oh. Okay, so I've been there, here, and there's one more place. Now, whoop. Okay. Pizza slices. Elevator. Or pineapple slices. Are we making a pizza? Oh, we're making a pizza upstairs. Whoa. That is so sick looking. What? Stop! Okay. We are going to forget that ever happened. The third one. Boop. We're going up? Whoa, that is so sick. This whole archive. Oh, hi.
Overruled.
Wrong one. I love the vibe of this library. Magical library.
Ah,
And here
something
should be
with
the
which to
second one.
commemorate this occasion.
The second sheet. Is this... I don't think it's something we can destroy, no? Okay. Let us combine. Okay. We got ourselves... Oh, so we can now record it onto that thing, I suppose? Nope. Nothing we can do here. Continue exploring. Can we... No, it's locked. Okay. Not yet. The symphony is yet to be unlocked. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's come and grab this. Did I just see things or was there something moving? No, it's moving. Okay. It's still somehow operating after all these years. Just like these stone golems. Which is fine. It's fine. Okay, I believe we got everything we wanted and needed here, so we can go downstairs now. Okay, is there a little book that I need to catch? Because I don't have any books on me. But I think I heard something like a book. Okay, what's on the other side? Whoa! Is there water? Oh yeah, it's all underwater. Didn't realize it. Where is Hydroculus? I think it's there. It's fine. There's a book. There is a floaty book. Come here. Come on. Let's come in. Ooh. And there's a note.
An impressive bounty.
More reading, more reading. Oh no. Why do you have to burn it? You could just break it, you know? Oh, this is pretty lengthy. Oh god.
The matter of paramount importance is to be able to properly distinguish the different categories of music, so as not to misunderstandings caused by confusion regarding the meaning of words.
To be honest, these words are already causing me to have confusion. There are 3 categories of music in this world. One of musica mundana, another the musica humana, and the third the musica instrumentalis. Which is, I suppose, self-explanatory. The musica mundana is the music of origin. It is the beginning and end of all music. From it goes all springs. From it does all springs. Spring. God damn it. From it does all spring, and to it shall all return. False and true celestial signs, namely the inner and outer, lower and upper, astrological signs. Urgentia will provide a detailed explanation of this section. Okay. The turning of the seasons and passing of time, the defined elements, everything in the universe operations according to the order of this music. Here, special attention should be paid to the connection between the musica mundana and fortuna. The latter includes the former, while the former does not equate to the latter. Any music with specifications similar to fortuna can be called musica mundana, for it itself would be equal to an entire world. Just as Cassiodor taught you before, the fortuna we speak of here and the Sebastus have no ellipsis. Latter is named for the former, while the former is the rules that govern all things, the fate of which slaves speak. Interesting. So basically what they are saying, latter is named for the former. Okay, no, I mixed them up.
The Fortuna we speak of here and the Sebastus. The latter is named for the former, while the former is the rules that govern all things, the fate of which slaves speak. At first I thought that Remuria's Fortuna, which is Sebastus' Fortuna, is the fate that his slaves follow. And this script is showing Remus as, like, a guy that enslaves people with his Fortuna. Which still could be the case. Musica Humana is the music of the world of mortals. The music... The music of mortals and gods are no different from one another, and both can be classified in this category, for their essence is that of the harmony produced by the musica mundana, striking the quality of the soul. Imagine a harp where every physical entity in the world corresponds to a single one of its fine strings. Magnificent music comes not from a single string, but the resonance of all strings. This is the music we call the musica mundana. As your fingers guide across the ends of the strings, the middle section will vibrate along with it, creating a sound most pleasing. However, you did not touch the middle of the strings at all. And the reason it sounds is simply because it's attached to. What I must emphasize to you is that just as in the string metaphor, the music of mortals and gods can both be played, just like you can choose to play the middle of the strings and not the ends. And it is for this reason that the musica humana can replace the musica mundana. We will discuss that in detail later. Yeah, we are attending a music class now, Remurian music class. The musica instrumentalis is the most fundamental music, and there is no need to elaborate on it. Even slaves can understand. Damn. Next, I must elaborate for you the nature of Phobos and why the musicless cannot be regardless as human, equal to us, based on mortality and rationality. Yeah, I don't know. That's very confusing. That is very confusing still. No. Come on. Okay, I suppose we have to go to the middle. Oh? Is this the stage you spoke of earlier, Ose? And are Paimon's eyes deceiving her, or is the mural on top still moving? It's kind of spooky. The terrifying power couldn't be escaping from here, could it? Ose? Hey, Ose! Ose! Are you spacing out? No. My apologies. I was distracted for a moment. Did you once perform on the stage? Is that why you're feeling, nostalgic or something like that? Did you play a cat? Perhaps you were an audience member. That seems unlikely. I might have, or I might not. It was all in the past either way, utterly irrelevant. What matters now is the scent of discord I smell in the air, as though some presence, one that makes me uneasy, once visited this place. I fear that specifics may only be ascertained once we have performed the score here.
There's one here too? Paimon didn't notice.
Well, you may have seen scores shaped like strings, but you have not seen those shaped like murals. One such is before you.
Oh! So the pictures are moving because it's actually a score?
Yes. Did we not find a blank score before? It is time now to perform it. Please do the honors.
All right. Hey, Ose.
Well, now that we've obtained the blank score, let's try inserting it into this device and begin playing.
Pet him. Is it still the same? Did anything change? I'll be doing this constantly. And yeah, it's still the same. Yeah, we can stop. Don't worry, we can stop. Luxurious chest. Install. Oh. Not only do you have the same hardy skin, but in our veins flows the same divine essence. We share the same wisdom and melody, the same will.
Whoa! Someone's coming out of the mural!
It's not the same guy that we saw in that flashback, but it's definitely a Remurian because he's a stone. He's Golem. It has been too long, dear friend. How many years since that day? 500? Thousands? Still, time matters not to us at all. You may be in this small body now, but I recognized you in an instant. Well, have you tired of battle and decided to take up rat catching as a new hobby? It's you.
And what is he exactly? A monster? A ghost? Or could he be the real Dark Lord?
Oh. He looks like he's just wearing a mask. Interesting. Dark Lord. Barbarians remain barbarians, I see. Ignorant even of their own ignorance. Boethius of Remuria am I, foremost harmost of Phobos. You need not introduce yourselves. I have no interest in the titles peddled by primitives. So it's Boethius. Again, we've read about him. We've seen his name, but I can't recall what he was exactly. You know this rude fella, Ose? I do not deny it, but... Need you be so formal, Cassiodor? Ah, so it's Cassiodor. Do our years of service under our Sebastus, our god king, matter so little to you? The past is past. I do not know how you, whose soul has long been shattered, have manifested, but it seems that the chaotic symphony is your doing and none other.
Cease! Return the souls of those who live in the present and go back to the shadow. Beneath the deep waters to where you belong. This is my final warning to you.
Oh, and what then? Will you continue wearing your mask of hypocrisy, traitor? Will you shut your eyes and ears for another millennium? But you have noticed, haven't you, why my melody would break its bonds at this time and affect the present? Why my strength has given me the might to open the gate to the deep waters, allowing me to manifest. The power of the sea surges, Cassiodor. The return of Phobos is imminent.
Phobos?
Yes, indeed. Over these thousands of years, I have already bound my soul to the shattered Phobos. The omniscient enigma, the great power, is about to finally descend once again. And is this not the wish that we once failed to accomplish?
To repeat the past is to give the ancient tragedy an encore, nor have I ever wanted to sacrifice innocent lives.
Is that so? Well, not that it matters, Cassiodor. The world you have defended is coming apart at the seams. The people of bygone times you see before you shall return to their rightful places. Fontaine's existence is a mistake, one we shall correct. When the oceans swallow it, Remuria shall rise above the sea once again, and its light shall shine over the land.
Is this because of the primordial sea?
Do even barbarians know of its existence nowadays?
You are the mistaken one. We should have assimilated into this new nation thousands of years ago, but it was you who warped them into puppets of ancient hate. Whether the Phobos matter is true or false, as long as my will will not dissipate it. As long as my will has not dissipated, your schemes will not succeed.
Do you mean to say, then, that we should abandon our honor as Remurians and degenerate into mere base insects? How could I ever allow my kin to return to those bags of decaying flesh and become slaves to fate once more?
It seems the millennia have not led you to accept Remuria's downfall. If anything, you have grown more obstinate still.
Perhaps it is in our stubbornness alone that we are quite similar. I thought that the long years would have rendered you willing to once more stand by our side. You betrayed the tribe that birthed you. And you wait. Oh. You betrayed the tribe that birthed you, and you betrayed Remuria. You may have become the Golden Hunter, but you cannot remove the brand of the Sebastus that marks your steel. You will always be a Remurian.
Fascinating. So, So he is the Golden Hunter that was once
part of the tribe and a Remurian. Fascinating. Huh.
Remurians have long ceased to exist, save in your delusions. The world of old has passed away.
Of course, or so it was meant to be. But now, the border between past and present has faded. If you insist on becoming the enemy of our ancient realm and sealing me once more in a cage buried beneath the waves, then those Fontanians you wish to protect, yes, all of Petrichor, shall be buried as one. Or Petrichor.
Huh? No way! We won't let that happen!
That is not up to you, insolent savage. When that time comes, your lowly flesh will be rendered as dust, but your souls will join with ours and take the next step of evolution. We shall bestow upon you eternal, resilient bodies, that you may never again suffer mortal pain. Should you have words of gratitude, I will hear them. Why, thank you very much.
That's not something we'd be grateful for at all!
Just like those puppets who danced as you performed, those pitiable slaves and servants, those poor children, everything was stripped from them, and you still speak with such conviction.
All things have their price. Narrow personal opinions are but refused to be discarded by a higher class of beings such as I. Besides, as I see it, they are the ideal form of humanity, adhering unerringly to perfect order.
You're absolutely nuts. And despicable too!
Despicable? And what would you call what Cassiador did to us thousands of years ago then? By comparison, this is nothing. But patience. We should have a good long talk, but not here. No. We shall speak beneath the deep waters, in the deepest bowels of our ancient realm, where everything began. The realm awakens, Cassiador. You are the sole survivor of our fallen realm, the sole Remurian left with free will. And you have left us for far too long. You must return to us and listen to the lamentation and anger of the long years. Perhaps then you shall be more receptive to my symphony and to the arrangement of Phobos. Why do you say your sympathy? Symphony, sorry. That's not Remus. Remus wrote Symphony, you're BOETHIUS. I will await you in the royal city of Remuria, in Domus Aurea, where the Sebastus plead his melody. I will, of course, extend the appropriate hospitality to those souls from the present before your arrival. Should you still remain resolute when the time comes, their souls will naturally receive their release. And as for you, you are not part of Phobos' plan, and yet the great symphony shall The great symphony shall in no wise cast out any audience. Do enjoy the passing prelude I have prepared for you. If fortune proves favorable, we shall meet again. Okay. Come on, give me all four at once. What is this?
Drop your weapons!
You've got to be kidding me.
You asked for it!
Wow.
Transfixed.
You are a sore loser, I must say. Come on.
Overruled! Shine down!
Come on. There we go. There are the 30s.
Well, that shut him up. What do we do now, though? If you want to save the souls of the townspeople, we're gonna have to head to that Dumas area, or of whatever that super rude, duper arrogant guy told us about, right?
Oh, as you might recall, we weren't invited. Didn't you say that everyone is invited? Like, as in, no one is gonna... fuck it. I'm not even gonna try.
Since when have we ever needed invitations to crash some bad guy's party? Oh, right. But from what he said, he seems to have known Osse from a long time. Said they worked for the Sebastus or whatever.
We need to have a good talk before we go. Cassiador. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, this time I shall tell you all I know. Okay. This is gonna be a while. Oh my god. Tell us about Remuria.
That's where you and that rude fellow are both from, right, Osse?
We've heard that name before. Seems to be an ancient nation. Very well. The story begins before the court of Fontaine, as you know it was born. The Sebastus Remus founded a nation above the high sea that is Fontaine, and the ancestors of the present-day Fontanians named him the Dark Lord Remus in their terror. Above the high sea. So his Fortuna and Remuria was like in the sky or something. Even higher than current Fontaine. Before it sank, this body of water was part of the great Fontaine Lake, and the location where the capital of Remuria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties as those of Fontaine, meaning we can swim in them.
Wait, so we're actually in the ruins of Remuria now?
Indeed, but where the tale differs from commonly told history is the people of Remuria were not ordinary humans like the Fontanians. Rather, well, Fontanians weren't ordinary humans either, to be fair. Rather, they were a new race. Their bodies were cast of stone, which ichor for blood. Yeah, this much we understood from before.
The Sebastos gave us such bodies in the hope that we could escape our prisons of rotting flesh and fate.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. They would see it as some sort of evolution, as, well, that BOETHIUS said.
His great vision was that we should all grasp the power of the symphony and thereby escape the shackles of Fortuna, becoming the masters of our own destiny.
So those stone statues we saw on the way here, those were your kin?
Precisely so. I fear that they have long lost their free will, however, becoming mindless slaves, worse off by far than the humans of old, easily perishable though they are.
Okay, so these stone golems are actually people of Remuria. That is concerning. That is actually concerning. I thought these golems were just like guards, and Remurians were just, well, stone people. But these stone golems are also people.
Wait, in that case, why are you a cat?
I am a cat for now, and one's will and soul are more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless, it was the Sebastos who gave me new life. We once possessed all of the high sea, countless cities and palaces, flowers, flowing wine, and yet fate found us all the same.
That's interesting, right? Because the people of Aremoria, if I remember correctly, they were worshipping a god, like mistress of all waters, right? And Remus, the people of Remuria were worshipping Remus, and they were thinking that he is the god of all waters. And so they were like, your mistress is the god of all waters? Laughable. That would make sense.
After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, the Sebastos used Ichor to create imperishable bodies for the people, and still the prophesied future did not change. Our God King believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate. And so he wrote the symphony, a music that could weave destiny.
That's interesting. A music that could weave destiny. That is, well, destiny and fate, something we deal a lot with in Fontaine, so makes sense.
He believed that though this he had found a way to resist fate, but instead that path led us into utter darkness step by step. And in the end, the entire kingdom sank beneath the waves, as though it had been smote by divine judgment.
No!
I fear that even he did not foresee such an outcome, though all the same, that is what happened.
Okay. There's tell us about your impudent friends. Let's hear about the symphony and Phobos, the dreamscape I saw. Okay. So we're not gonna talk about Cassiodor. Huh. Boethius said that Cassiodor was born in a tribe. So I wonder if Cassiodor was originally from Natlan.
That's interesting. So tell us about your impudent friend.
Right, and he called you Cassiodor or something, right? But aren't you called Aura something?
Just as I have traversed many bodies, I have had many names. Of course, this is all thanks to the Sebastus, who separated my soul from the grand symphony. Oh, interesting. So Sebastus or Remus had great symphony, which was most likely like a collective consciousness, maybe. And he separated Cassiodor from it. Interesting. A convenient ability indeed. You weren't planning on puppeting one of us at some point, were you?
Meow? Meow meow? Whoa! Who would have thought that such a cute little cat would consider doing something so horrible? Hey, wait a sec! That means that you aren't even a cute kid in the first place!
Well, be it as it may, you are used to playing the courageous savior, are you not? I, too, play the role I know well, albeit in an unfamiliar form. But back to Boethius. He was not always evil. He was once a noble harmist of Remuria, and the sole survivor following the great catastrophe that befell. The original purpose of the Golden Castellum was to unify our surviving kin and prevent the catastrophe of rising waters from ever occurring again. But eventually, Boethius had his own designs, while I had my companions ranged across the land, struggling mighty to contain the power of the primordial waters. He used his eloquent tongue to sway those who remained. He initiated a foul ritual that aimed to restore the shattered symphony and revive the ruined realm. To this end, he did not hesitate to dissolve the will of our kin and plunder the souls of Fontanians everywhere. Many rulers and nobles became his pawns, and polities, newly born, lay on the brink of destruction. To stop him, who had by now clearly become a monster, I could only forsake my name and become one who hunts phantoms, resisting him alongside the Fontanians. Bitter was the conflict before we were at last able to seal both him and the sea that had devoured our nation. And that is why he names you traitor. I followed the Sebastus precisely because he had shown me the Golden Dream, a land where prejudice and difference were no more, a land of justice and freedom. But that was what it had become after Remuria sank, no more than a dream. I would rather be called a traitor than let Boethius trample on our ideals. I swore upon fate that I would serve as a barrier between past and present, thus that I became the spirit keeper of our ancient land.
Guess Mr. Impolite's a pretty stubborn guy, huh? Even after being beaten up and sealed, he's still looking to break out and cause trouble.
I had thought that even if evil lingered in him, his soul had long been broken, and he would remain naught but discordant notes, a symphony plunged into strife. I never thought that he would weave his shattered self into the symphony, and thus gain mastery over it. The discord and dissonance that now emanates from these waters can be regarded as an extension of his power. If we are to defeat him, I fear we must await the moment when all his soul fragments have gathered around one body. If you have anything you'd... Okay. So to defeat him, we have to gather his fragments in one body. Jesus. Let's hear about the symphony and Phobos. Because, yeah, I personally don't really understand what Phobos is. I didn't gather it from the notes. Where should I even begin? The symphony is human memory and persona woven into a melody through musical notation, creating a song in which human souls can dwell and have their wishes fulfilled. That is insane. In that way, to master the symphony is to master fate. This is the secret that the great golden bee, Sibylla, the prophet who survived the previous cycle, imparted. That's interesting. The great golden bee, Sibylla, the prophet. I don't know why, but that gave me Hexen Circle vibes, kinda. The Sebastus who created the symphony poured these melodies into the insyllable ichor, in hopes that all might control their own fates through playing that music. He overestimated us, I fear, for his deeds terrified us. The people could not bear the burden of fate, and they begged their god and superiors for guidance. At the request of the people, the Sebastus wrote all melodies into the grandest of melodies. This new symphony would bring us all the greatest of happiness. And its name was Phobos. Okay. So there was symphony, and when Remus realized that symphony wasn't the answer, he created Phobos out of the symphony, like a better version of symphony. But it did not bring what he promised, what was promised. Indeed, you saw how it all ended, didn't you? Had the Sebastus plan worked, the symphony would have woven a melody of utmost gentleness for us all, an eternity that would last 1,000 years and beyond. But something went wrong. Besides, the Sebastus himself only said superiors, their harmosts, could have changed Phobos' melody. And Boethius was once an excellent harmost. If you have anything you'd like to... Alright, one last. About the dreamscape I saw. You tell of the strange dream you saw before. Ah, yes. Those were indeed the memories left by he whom I served, the Sebastus, the god King Remus. Though I do not understand how you were able to see them, you. But I do not think you need to worry. If this chaotic symphony was enough to control you, it would have done so long ago on the surface. But that has not happened, yes?
Speaking of which, why isn't Esther affected? Is he just especially gifted?
I do have some idea, but it might be best to wait for the right time to speak for that.
Oh, here we go again with the cliffhangers. Just don't forget to tell us, alright?
In any case, since you can see these things, that means that some fragments of the Sebastian's will and memory remains in his underwater symphony. I wonder if we're gonna have the chance to talk to Remus's memory. We know that memories and spirits is basically the same thing from Yaya's quest. So there's like a memory of him, we should be able to talk to it. Long millennia have I searched, and if you could touch some more of these memories, perhaps I may find the answers I have sought all this time. The great waves could not hurt a god, even should their crests scrape the very skies, and yet the Sebastus disappeared without a trace when our nation fell into the depths. He would not have sat idly by as his nation and people drowned in blood. So where did he go? Or was his passing Remuria's true death kneel? Okay, so we don't even know how he died. Okay, that's all for now, we can leave. The rest for later. Very well. If there's anything else you wish to know, do not hesitate to ask me.
Guess we're heading to Domus Aurea next, so we can meet that rude guy, right? It's not gonna be dangerous for sure, but
I will continue to guide you. It is, after all, my homeland. Though it may have sunk to the very bottom of the sea, I remember its path still, even after all these millennia. Or so I believe. Just don't let us down when it counts. Cat's out of the bag. Should we encounter any difficulties, you may count on me. Do not forget that I am far stronger than an ordinary cat.
You know, every time Paimon remembers that you're actually an ancient person from thousands of years ago, it actually feels wrong that we're calling you Ose. But your full name is way too long, so...
I mean... I'm very bad with names, so I don't even remember what it was. Cassiador, I think. We could call him Cassiador.
Okay, let's just call you Monsieur Oz.
Damn, that's very close to Oz, don't you think?
What do you think? Is it polite enough?
A name to me is nothing more than a label, but as this represents your acknowledgement, Paimon, I will gladly accept it.
Let's move out. It wouldn't be too bad to keep your rude friend waiting, but the townspeople can't wait that long.
All right, prisoner in shackles. And that, my dear friends, is where we're gonna bid farewell for this episode. In the next one, we're going to head straight into Remuria and experience
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised.
the ancient city with our own eyes. That's going to be something, because from what we've seen, man. Oh, damn, okay. We'll look into that other time. From what we've seen, Remuria is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to see it for myself, like, in real time, to move around and to experience it. So, I'll see you next time, guys, and have a good one.